I was wrong. As a couple commenters astutely pointed out, got me on my mistakes here. So we're going to go over it. All the sets, every single one of them, is stronger because of mainly two commenters, but everyone in the comments that posted sets or challenged what my theory was on the strength of these sets and what armor pieces to use or what decorations to use. You all contributed. The first one I want to look at is this one right here. This commenter. I'm going to call him 4148 because I don't know how to say that. Anyways, this is a really weird comparison. Why are we not aiming for maximum might 3? Why do we not have counter strike, especially on switch axe? Are we calculating with 60% affinity for a 4-piece gore set? Try to go Dahad chest and Ray arms, rest gore. That would give you more affinity and better slot coverage. Burst 3 is not great on a raw focused weapon. Running 10 to 30% affinity on Ebony set is still going for crit boost 3 should be a crime. And lastly, also you can't get attack 3. You can't get 3 attack 3 as reinforcement bonuses. Only 2 are possible. That last part is the only one that gave me a little bit of pause initially, because I was like, I'm pretty sure that it's been discussed online that people have gotten 3 attack 3s. So that part I'm not sure about. I'll tell you that right now. Now getting a roll of 5 attack, 5 different attack boosts for reinforcement, and then being able to try and roll for 2 attack EX and 3 attack 3s. Good God help you. But probably not going to happen, to be honest. We're only doing theoretical here. This is a theoretical average. This is theory crafting. This is not a set that you have to play. This is a theory crafted set. I don't even have the charm in this set. So, what have you. However, in the last video where we did use attack 3 3 times, every set was using that. So it's still, every set would go down the same, essentially. I went over the set. His set does come to a theoretical average of 2742.2, but that's with Might Pill active and with the Power Axe mode. Whereas the Shiwu set that we had in the video was 2745 without Might Pill and without Might Seed or Power Axe active. So we're still higher. Now, if I take all the Might Pill and the Power Axe off, it goes down to 2633, which is 35.4 lower than the one that we had. However, doing this, I bring this up only because doing this made me look at Maximum Might 3. Look at Affinity, essentially. And I found swapping out an Agitator, a Tier 3 Deco, to jump down to a Tier 2 Deco with a Might Jewel, actually boosted the Shiwu set from 2745 up to 2758.2. So yes, thank you, Mr. 4148. That was very interesting. I did not know that that was going to be more sought after. The second one here is the newest one I have. And Rossi here, Z Rossi, 3672, made 2 different sets. He did Rathalos legs, Gog waist, Odo arms, Gog chest, Odo head. And when he says Odo weapon and down here Lagi weapon, that I'm assuming because you can't use, monster crafted weapons. They just aren't viable at all. I'm taking that as meaning the set bonus in this, okay? So the first one does come out to 2767.6. However, again, that's with Power Axe active and Might Pill active. If you take those off, it's 2668.5 theoretical average. And the Odo set that we made was 2714.7. So that was off, out the bat. The one that actually pushed this video out, and you can see down here what I said, but it's the Loggy Legs, Gog Waist, Odo Arms, Gog Chest, and Rathlow's Head with a Loggy weapon. And that one was very intriguing. The second set hits an astounding 2906.8 theoretical damage, or theoretical average. Now, if you take Power Axe and Might Pill off, you're doing 20. To try and beat the 2714.7, you were looking at 2796.9. So the second set that he proposed here beat the setup that I had in my video. So you get 2796.9, which at the point of looking at that was the strongest I'd seen it go, other than one other set. With that, you were doing 3 Mighty Jewels, 3 Counter Strikes, and 1 Challenger. I used some knowledge from, the other comment here to get it stronger. And I did say, the Shiwu set needs to be looked at to see if it can compete. But as of now, you are the second highest Odo set that I have found. All this deserves another theory crafting video. Again, thank you. Okay, I went back and looked at the sets. Gore. Let me make this smaller. Alright. So the Gore set. Let's see here. Right there. The Gore set, we were able to get to 2680.4. And that is not with Power Axe initiated. And it is not with Might Seed. But it does... Or Might Pill, sorry. But it does have Might Seed active, because it can use Might Seed. We do have our meal selected. It gives us 5 extra raw. We're going for Crit Jewel 3, Expert Jewel 3, and Crit Jewel 2. And you can see that the affinity is 87 to 92, with our attack being 342 to 354. This all depends on what is active and what is not active. In these sets, if it did not need a tier 1 for damage, I did not fill them in. Gore is the only one that needs it, and that is for the Sane Jewels for antivirus. So, we have Crit Boost 5, Agitator 4, Attack Boost 4, Gormagala's Tyranny, Antivirus 3, Burst 3, Critical Eye 3, Evade Window 3, Max Might 3, Lord Soul, Scale Layering, Bind Resistance 2, Constitution 1, Flinch Free 1, Weakness Exploit 1. Everything else doesn't matter. We use the Udra Mirhelm Gamma, Gore Male Beta with a Mighty Jewel, Gore Van Braces Beta with 2 Mighty Jewels, the Dahad Shard Coil Gamma, and the Gore Greaves Beta with a Challenger Jewel and 2 Sane Jewels. And as always, this is the best charm that I've seen in game. I don't have it. I've seen other people have it though. So Attack Boost 3, Wex 1 with an Attack Boost 1 for a weapon deco. Again, coming out to 2680.4. making the gore set even stronger. However, it's still not there. Reinforcements are as follows. Gore Magala's Tyranny, Lord Soul, 2 attack EX, an attack 3, and 2 affinity EX. And that'll give you the 2680.4. Moving ahead, the next set here. We went back and we tinkered with the set for Z Rossi 3672 here. And we were able to push it. What was it here? It got to 2796.9. Doing some quick math on my phone because I wasn't at my computer at the time. But sitting down at the computer, really looking it over, we got it all the way up to 2809 for theoretical average. Okay, so our enhancements here, reinforcements, we have Leviathan's Fury, Guardian's Protection. I don't think Guardian's Protection doesn't matter. There's nothing here in the second group that will matter in this set. But we do have Attack Boost EX twice, Attack Boost 3 once, and 2 Affinity Boost EXs. That gets us to 342 to 362 damage or attack. And Affinity is between 87 and 100%, depending on what is active at what time. Element goes up to 356 to 460. And as follows, the decorations and armor, we are looking at Critical Jewel 3, Expert Jewel 3, and Critical Jewel 2 on the weapon. We're using Rathalos Helm Beta with a throttle and a maximum might jewel. We're using Gogmazios Mail Alpha with a counter jewel and a maximum might jewel. We're doing Guardian Ebony Odogaron Braces Beta with a mighty jewel and a counter jewel. We are doing Gogmazios Coil A or Alpha with a counter jewel. These don't matter. I thought I took these out. These don't matter for the tier 1s in this don't matter. The legs, we are doing Legiacris Greaves Beta, and then again the charm is the same, giving us Crit Boost 5, Attack Boost 4, Burst 3, Counter Strike 3, Crit Eye 3, Maximum Might 3, Weakness Exploit 3, Adrenaline Rush 2, which does actually interfere with Counter Strike. You're probably not going to get both of these up at the same time. So like in a lot of these sets, you'll have Peak Performance as well. If you're running Counter Strike, Peak Performance will not set either. So this is a little bit Fugazi bloated. But then we have Latent Power 2, Speed Eating 2, Ebony Odogaron's Power 1, Gogmazios' Gogmapocalypse 1, Leviathan's Fury 1, Aquatic Oil Soul Mobility 1, Constitution 1, Divine Blessing 1, Evade Window 1, and Peak Performance 1. As I said, everything else that I didn't mention does not matter. We are running everything but Might Pill for consumables, and the meal is selected. So again, we come out to 2809. This is the set that pushed me to be like, I need to rethink some things. This is very interesting. And what I changed from the comment to here is I changed out the Agitator Jewel for a Throttle Jewel. So if we go back to Challenger, we go back to where I told him the theoretical average is, but it actually goes higher with Throttle. I don't love Throttle, but it does go higher. And that's going to be kind of the theme of this. There's some skills in here that I normally would just throw out and I wouldn't use if I was just, doing stuff without a calculator here. But doing it this way really made me, understand some things a little bit better. Even back when I first made the first video of it. Next, we have the Shiwu set. I just took the Shiwu set that I had and modified it And this is going to be with Shiwu and Lord Soul. Still, we got 2 attack EX, and attack 3, and 2 affinity EX. Now, I will say that the Lord Soul is not active. Okay? Because I didn't realize that I didn't think I could have a third, or a second group set here. I thought this was the best I could do. So we have Shiwu Helm Beta with a throttle and a might jewel. We have Gogmazios Male Alpha with a throttle and a might jewel. We have Fulgur Van Braces Beta. This is one that I switched out for... We had Ray Dow here. And we went to 2 throttle jewels in that. I really tried to get Fulgur's skill on here, but it's not possible. At least not possible to push this high. You could swap out Gogmazios Coil Alpha. You would lose 2 bursts, though. Technically a peak performance that in this set does not compete with anything else. But, you know. And then we have an evasion jewel on there. Then we have Shiwu Greaves Beta with 2 challenger jewels. The charm is the same. This brings us up to 2811.2. For buffs, we have Power Charm, Mega Demon Drug, and Power or Demon Powder, which is the only things we can take with the Shiwu set. And we also have our meal selected, giving us Adrenaline Rush 5, Crit Boost 5, Attack Boost 4, Latent Power 4, Shiwu Vigor 2, Crit Eye 3, Maximum Might 3, Agitator 2, Burst 2, Speed Eating 2, Gogmapocalypse 1, Oil Silt Mobility 1, Evade Window 1, Peak Performance 1, Weakness Exploit 1. And I was like, oh, okay, we're still on top. 2811.2. Shiwu is still the armor to beat. We have 355 to 365 attack with 97 to 100% affinity. And you would think, well, maybe we change out one of these throttles for Challenger. That actually brings us down. So that's not the right thing to do. We want to keep throttle. That gives us up to 2811.2. Again, I've never been a huge fan of throttle, but if the other sets are using it, it is fair game. We have 356 to 440 element, bringing us up to the 2811.2, which I thought, my God, that is massive. That's 50 more. 56 more than what we had in the video that I made last. But something was bothering me. I had to look back at our odogaron set because I just felt like I could squeeze more out of it. So if we go here, our reinforcements are as follows: Leviathan's Fury, Lord's Soul. You can tell I learned from, I keep forgetting your name, buddy, Z Rossi 3672. I learned from him. We don't have to go full odogaron. So we went Leviathan's Fury and Lord's Soul. We have 2 attack EX and attack boost 3 and 2 affinity boost EX. Food skills, we have everything but Might Seed, or Might Pill, sorry. Might Seed is active. Our food skill is active. For the weapon, the jewels, we have Critical Jewel 3, Expert Jewel 3, and Critical Jewel 2. The armor, we have Guardian Ebony Helm Beta. I just realized something. This is wrong. This is wrong. Where is it? There. Okay. My bad. I must have been switching back and forth. We do want Ebony Odogaron's power on this. I just realized this should be up over 2,900. Okay, so Ebony Odogaron's power and Lord Soul. The rest of it stays the same. We do have Ebony Helm Beta with a Throttle Jewel. Ebony Mail Beta with a Throttle and a Might Jewel. Udra Mirror Braces Gamma with a Throttle Jewel. Gogmazios Coil Alpha with a Might Jewel. And Udra Mirgreaves Gamma with a Might Jewel. The charm is the same, bringing us up to 2964.6. And we have Crit Boost 5, Resentment 5, Attack Boost 4, Burst 4, Ebony Odogaron's Power 2, Critical Eye 3, Latent Power 3, Maximum Might 3, Speed Eating 3, Lord Soul, New Udra's Mutiny 1. That gives us more power when we have Resentment up, which we have 5 Resentment, so that pairs very nicely. Counter-Strike 1, Earplugs 1, Peak Performance 1, and Weakness Exploit 1. Now again, I will say that you cannot have Counter-Strike and Peak Performance up at the same time. But it is better to go for Counter-Strike than it is for Peak Performance. You can see 2945.4, whereas if you go for Peak, you're at 2899.9. But I digress. For attack, we have 349 to 382. Affinity, we have 82 to 87%. Element is 280 to 400. The only problem with this set is there's not really anything else you can do to move things around. You can't get more attack because you don't have jewels to do so. You don't have slots to do so. You can't get any more affinity because you don't have slots to do so. The two most efficient affinity boosting jewels are Mighty and Throttle, and we have those. And swapping out a Mighty Jewel, which you get 10% for each iteration of it, for a Throttle doesn't do anything because they also give you 10% for each. So this really made me want to think about the Shiwu. I'm like, is this that much better? It is over 100 better than the Shiwu set. Is Odogaron really the way to go? So I thought about it, I went and tinkered, and what I found is this. Shiwu still wins, but not by much. Okay, going over the weapon. We went back. Again, attack boost EX twice, attack boost 3 times. If this is not possible, okay, you could go with either Affinity EX, which puts you under Odo, or Element EX, still puts you under Odo. Sharpness doesn't do anything for us in this, but over the course of a hunt, Sharpness might help out for all these sets. As for the buffs, we have Demon Powder, Mega Demon Drug, and Power Charm, and we have our food skill active. We have Critical Jewel 3, Expert Jewel 3, and Critical Jewel 2 for the weapon. For the helmet, we have Shiwu Helm Beta with a Challenger and a Mighty Jewel. Chest, we have Gogmazios Male Alpha. We have a Challenger Jewel and a Mighty Jewel. For the arms, we have Guardian Fulgur Vambraces Beta with a Challenger Jewel and a Throttle Jewel. For the waist, we have Gogmazios Coil Alpha. We have an evasion in there. It doesn't much matter. And for the legs, we have Shiwu Greaves Beta for a Throttle with a Throttle Jewel and a Charger Jewel. Now you may say, wait, isn't that the same set that we had over here? It is, with one key difference. Remember over here we had Lord Soul yet? I had forgotten to take that off. And we went back to Buttery Leathercraft, which is affinity sliding, giving us our much needed affinity to be able to get rid of some of those less useful, less desirable skills like latent power. Now, in all honesty, latent power and affinity sliding, I don't like either of them, but this one does push it higher. So we have Adrenaline Rush 5, Critical Boost 5, Agitate 4, Attack Boost 4, Shiwu's Vigor 2, Critical Eye 3, Maximum Eye 3, Buttery Leathercraft 3, Burst 2, Latent Power 2, Speed Eating 2, Gogm Apocalypse 1, 2 pieces, Aquatic Oilsil Mobility 1, Evade Window 1, that's from the jewel we slotted in there, Peak Performance 1, Weakness Exploit 1. Again, that gives us 381 to 391 attack, 92 to 97% affinity, and with an element of 356 to 440, hitting our total of 2,980.6. That's awesome. We are almost, we're on the cusp of 3,000 here. I don't know of anything else possible. I'm sure someone's going to let me know in the comments, and I really appreciate that. I like being challenged on these things. But I don't know of anything else possible to push this any further. I will say, if you eliminate Buttery Leathercraft on this set, when you do not have it active, you are all the way down at 2733.2. You're down at about where we were, just under where we were for our last Shiwu set. But when it's active, 2980.6, because it gives you 30% affinity. That's what you're seeing drop there. We're going down to 62 to 69%, or 62 to 67% affinity, and with active, it's 92 to 97%. Okay, so that said, the most consistent Shiwu set that I can find is this one, where we do not worry about Buttery Leathercraft, and we go for the 2811.2. Now, that also means Ebony Odogaron is actually the better set. You do have to rely on throttle jewels, and you don't have much wiggle room here. It is what it is. Everything you have is what you have. You don't, there's no wiggle room here. You cannot substitute anything out, or else you drastically lose power. My throat's dry. I had to take a drink. So, take for instance, if we wanted to go for the last thing of burst here, so we go up to chain. Now we're sitting at 2964.6. Now down to 2910.8, which is still the strongest set compared to the Shiwu set. Because again, I would be using this one, 2811.2, because I just don't think uptime is going to be there for the 2980.6 set. Although, if you can keep it up, it's a 60-second buff, or a 30-second buff. 30 seconds, 60 seconds. It's a short buff. But you also have to keep Adrenaline Rush up. So you're doing less and less attacks at this point. After thinking about it, I really do not think Buttery Leathercraft is worth it. I would just go with the Odogaron set. I would go with Throttle to have that high uptime, or high value with the uptime that you do have. And that's what I've learned from you guys in the comments. I was wrong. Shiwu set is worse than Ebony Odogaron, However, it is miles ahead of Gore. The Gore set, just, again, there's not much you can do with it. Everything's up here, but your attack value is just too low. 342 to 354, where, we see as we go up, we're just getting higher and higher attack. And that's why this last Shiwu set actually was beating out Odogaron, because the attack's so much higher. If we can get the affinity up, that's what we're looking for. It's real simple. It's attack and affinity. And that's what, allows us to use Protein Fiend from Shiwu. It's that 30%, or not 30%, that 30 raw damage, raw attack that we get from, eating a well-done steak or, what have you. Now, again, it remains to be seen if we can push it any further. But my suggestion is to go with the Ebony Odogaron set. You do have a little bit more commitment to keep up burst, whereas once you have all your stuff done here, adrenaline rush you can get on the roar at the beginning of a fight, and then you just have to dodge one attack every 30 seconds and you're fine. The problem here again comes with the affinity sliding. I just don't think it's possible to keep it up that long. Whereas burst, you have to be aggressive. However, you do have that point of counter strike that does help you. Again, peak is not going to do anything for you. But if you're counter striking with the resentment active and you can keep burst up, this set will do massive damage. And again, I want to go back and I want to say thank you to both Z Rossi 3672 and let's see if I can try and say it, Zernius 4148. Thank you for pushing me and making me relook at these sets. To be honest, I did those sets when I was still trying to get everything ready for Christmas for the kids, and I should have spent more time on them. So I was wrong there. All these sets though are amazing. We have 5 sets here, 2 Shiwu, 2 Odogarons, and a Gore set. Gore set still does massive damage, just does not compete, unfortunately. But if you like Gore, play it. If you like Odo, play it. If you're like me and you like the Shiwu set, play that as well. I'm still going to keep my Shiwu set in rotation, but I'm probably going to go and make this Odo set, because I do think that it's going to be the strongest thing we can do. If you have any suggestions, if you have any thoughts, if you have any sets that you want tried out, please put it in the comments. We will at least make a set and comment back to you and give you the numbers and tell you what we did with it. Any discussion is welcome. We also do have a Discord link on the channel if you want to do it that way. You are welcome to go to the Discord and comment there on theoretical sets. I will put a set builder channel on there for that if you want to do that. So again, thank you very much. This has been a great experience. You guys are amazing. I look forward to seeing more and more strong sets, even if they aren't as strong as the Odo one here. I would love to just see some other sets. Now, make sure that they are viable. So, like, we could technically do, stuff like putting peak performance and resentment on the same sets, stuff like that, or putting resentment and or peak performance and Counter-Strike on sets, it's just not viable. You know, if you're doing one, you're not getting both. So, you know, the total damage here, it's with everything active. It's just not going to work. Now, if you do want Peak and Counter-Strike active at the same time, you can do it for a little bit with the Healing Mantle. But once that Healing Mantle's gone, then you are done. So, again, theoretically, you could get there. You could get there. But, thank you again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did like the video and want to see more. I think we're probably about done with these set builds here, unless we find something different. Or if you guys want to see like a different set bonus, see what we can pull out of, you know, one of the other set bonuses here, I would be, you know, happy to look at some, you know, other set bonuses and see what we can do with those sets. It'd be a lot of fun. I like doing this, so let me know. But until next time, guys, bye.